What's up, you guys? If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, put notifications on so you don't miss videos like this that'll have important news that can help you out to put yourself at the forefront of what you want to get ahead of in the crypto sphere, especially the way things have been going lately. It's currently the 14th of June. Everyone's getting slammed, crypto-wise, of course, and nobody's having any fun. But I'll tell you, this is what creates buying opportunities. And speaking of that, Binance aims to become a super app with Split Crypto's partnership. And I'm going to get into that in a minute, and we'll cover a little bit more news if we do have time. But I do want to talk with you just one-on-one before I get into that. I just want to tell you something. If you're feeling a little bit dejected, if you're feeling like maybe crypto's not for you, if you're feeling like you've made some not smart decisions, if you're feeling like you want to give up, if you're feeling like you want to sell, if you're feeling like everything's against you, if you're starting to get the impression that maybe crypto's not for you and you've made a tremendous mistake, just know all these feelings are 100% normal, especially if you're new to investing, especially if you're new to crypto or any type of investing. Because the truth of the matter is, even when millions and millions and millions and hundreds of millions are made, there's another side to that. There's hundreds and hundreds of millions that are lost because there's always a buyer and there has to be a seller. And if there isn't a buyer and a seller, markets don't exist. And when money dries up and there aren't enough buyers to fill sell orders that sellers want to sell at a particular price, this works with anything, Bittorrent, gold, whatever it might be. If the sellers and the buyers don't meet, then prices drop, right? Because the sellers are not paying more, the buyers rather are not paying the sellers more than a certain amount. And when those gaps occur, things get crunched down. And when they get crunched down big, like what's been happening, well, quite frankly, a lot of people end up not being happy. Of course, a lot of other people are because they're shorting, and I'm not going to get into all the multi-directionalness of crypto and investing and all that good stuff, but I just want to tell you that good times are ahead. The Bitcoin not getting the ETF that everybody was expecting, it definitely didn't help the price. If that ETF had gone through, and eventually it will, but if it had gone through a few months ago, you probably would have seen $100,000, in my opinion, BitTorrent. And of course, the altcoins, at least the ones that are worth their salt, would have followed suit. But instead, it looks like everything's going into a crypto winter. And that's okay, because low prices create buying opportunities. And I know the single number one reason that somebody doesn't want to hear that and isn't feeling good about it is because either they poured pretty much their life savings into crypto, or a lot more than they could afford, even if it wasn't every dollar you have. And that's what makes you sour when the prices get slammed. But I want to take this opportunity, even though some of you may not want to hear it, I'd be doing you a disservice. I'd be doing the channel a disservice in not taking this opportunity to tell you, because it's a lot more impactful now than when everyone's flying high and there's a party and everyone's happy. You have to, this is one of the reasons why you don't want to put all your money, you don't want to show your entire hand, you don't want to invest all your dollars in one go, because when opportunities come, you're handcuffed, right? You can't even average down. Never mind that you end up being under tremendous duress to sell because you're stressed because you've lost 80% of not just your money, but money that you feel is important for your existence. So of course you're going to get squeezed out, and of course you're going to be angry, and certainly you're not going to see a big dip like this as a buying opportunity, because you don't have anything left, because you played your whole hand, or most of your hand, that you're willing to play when you first got in there. And maybe you held on hoping it's going to go up, it's going to go up, it's going to go up, I'm going to hold, I'm going to hodl, I'm going to hodl. And the truth of the matter is, if you're involved in real projects with real businesses, like I believe Tron and Bittorrent are, then you'll be okay. But if you're involved in SH asterisk T coins, it's not going to be good, right? But you know that from the beginning. You just hope that something super duper is going to happen. And of course, that's why really anyone gets in, because they have good intentions, in terms of good intentions for themselves, wanting to make big money and do it fast with not using a lot of money. Because let's face it, when something is not even a cent and a lot less than a cent, like a BitTorrent, it's very tempting to buy. And I believe that BTT is one of the very few out there altcoins that will blow minds and generate, in my opinion, millionaires for not very much money. But please understand, 99% of altcoins will get vaporized. The 1% that will survive will be surviving because they have a good white paper that's not smoke and mirrors, and they actually follow through in delivering on what's written in their white paper that seemed like a good project to begin with. So I felt it important. I hope that you found value. I'm going to talk a bit now about Binance aiming to become a super app with Split crypto partnership. And as you know, I think Binance has a little in, or Tron really has a little in with CZ, which is great for BitTorrent too. And you can find this article on Cointelegraph, as I always share my sources, and I'm certainly not going to read the whole article, because, or even much of it, because I went into everything that I felt was important to talk about today, because of the times that a lot of us are facing. Well, everyone's facing it, but it has a different face for different facets involved in the industry because of how people invest. But anyhow, so the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, has partnered with Split, a super app enabler, to bring payment options to Binance application. Payment options made for Split services include cryptocurrency. I think this is going to be huge for Binance. I think there's going to be some nice spillover benefits for Tron TRX, BitTorrent, BTT, and in the long run, NFTs. Hope this finds you well. Be well. Look forward to goodness to come.